Hi, my name is Carsten Brinkschulte. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Dryad Networks. And our focus is to help in the fight against climate change by creating a system for ultra-early detection of wildfires. Okay. Now, when I started Dryad, I didn't know that. Maybe you don't either. We heard it just before that wildfires are causing up to 20% of global CO2 emissions. That's about the same amount that the entire traffic, all cars, all ships, all aeroplanes combined, are putting into the air each year. And we as humans are responsible for starting 80% of them. So it's also our responsibility to stop those wildfires. At the same time, wildfires are having a devastating effect on biodiversity, with more than 3 billion animals dying in wildfires each year. And it also creates a huge financial problem. $140 billion of economic loss and 40 billion of insurance payouts are due to wildfires each year. Now, this is a problem that's so big that, of course, many companies are trying to tackle it. So far, mostly using satellite imagery detection or cameras being placed in the forest is the beaten path so far. And these systems are good, they're working, but they're too slow. They take hours, sometimes days, before they can detect a wildfire. And then by the time the firefighters arrive at the scene, the fires are too big to be extinguished in many cases. And we end up having one of those mega fires we're seeing in Europe or in the US at the moment. Now, here's where Dryad comes in. Our focus is to complement this optical system with ultra-early detection of wildfires using an IoT sensor network that we place directly into the forest. We're aiming to detect wildfires within the first 60 minutes by placing IoT sensors into the forest. These are solar-powered gas sensors we've developed, and we're placing these ultra-low-cost sensors all over the forest to detect wildfires using gas patterns and embedded artificial intelligence. We're also building wireless infrastructure, gateways that actually can take the data out of the sensors and transmit it to a central cloud-based monitoring platform where we can then send out alerts and call the fire brigade so that they come in and can tackle the fire before it spreads out of control. Now, if you look at the forest, which is our target, this is, of course, huge areas. And these areas are typically not covered by mobile network operators. The industry that I've spent the last 25 years in doesn't care about the forest because there are no smartphones. So we needed to build our own. We were bringing a large-scale, solar-powered mesh network infrastructure into the forest. We're digitizing the forest and enabling our sensors to transmit the data in these vast areas, and then transmitting the data to the internet, to our cloud platform where we're making sense of the data. Now, initially, we're focusing on ultra-early detection of wildfires. This is our killer application, you can say, because it protects the forest, it prevents the CO2 emissions, it dramatically reduces the cost associated with wildfires and the damages, and last but not least, it saves lives. But in the future, we also want to use our digital infrastructure that we place into the forest to do health and growth monitoring by looking at subflow, soil moisture, and other data that we can take out of the sensor network and enable the forest managers to more efficiently manage their assets, improving the ROI and helping to grow and restore the world's forests. Now, our business model is based on selling the hardware, as well as a recurring access fee for accessing the cloud platform where we make sense of the data coming out of our network. Our primary customers are the private and public forest owners, predominantly, but also utility companies, as we've heard before. They really have a problem with wildfires, and we can help them prevent it. But also insurance companies, which we can help with additional data, reducing risk and helping their insurance policies. We want to sell some of our initial deals directly, but ultimately we will scale using a direct and indirect OEM network. We're targeting 800,000 of revenue next year and aiming profitability by 2024 with 23 million euros of revenue. We've raised 1.8 million seed funding so far, plus 1.6 million EU grant, And we're raising 8 to 10 million Series A funding now, with 1.8 million committed from existing investors. And we aim, of course, SDG impact with 1.4 million euros of forest saved from burning. We can save 600 million tons of CO2 emissions by 2030, prevent lots of animal deaths, and reduce financial impact of forests. Thank you very much. This was my intro. If you're interested in joining our Series A, please come and talk to me after this call.